Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your April 2019 mid-month general reading. So we're looking at the last half of April here. Welcome to everyone joining us here today. Anybody new, first timers, and welcome back to any subscribers and followers. Thank you for taking the time, all of you, to tune in today and for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And thanks to all of my clients out there too, both regular and new clients, for keeping me so busy with one-on-one readings. If any of you are interested in a personal one-on-one reading with me, you can click on the description link below for more info and contact details, or you can go to my YouTube channel's homepage and click on the About button there for contact details as well. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you. I do a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, of all different types and lengths and costs, so there's a lot of different things to choose from. And I do readings full-time, 5 to 6 days a week. It is all that I do. So turnaround time is pretty quick too. I can usually respond to your initial request with more info the same day or the first 24 hours. And scheduling is pretty good. I work pretty diligently with people's schedules to get them readings as quickly as possible. So if you're interested, send me an email and we'll go from there. All right, let's move right into this reading. This is for the fire sign of Leo, our lovely lions, for the last half of April 2019. Remember that general readings always resonate a little differently for everybody, so check your rising and moon sign videos and your Venus sign videos as well if you know them. All right, let's get started on this Leo. Let's see what's in store for Leo for the last half of April 2019. Okay, Leo, we begin with the Four of Cups, followed by Temperance, and the Two of Cups, followed by the Lovers. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy and guidance for the last 2 weeks of April is the High Priestess. So Leo, it looks like, for those of you who are not looking for something, not looking for a reading in the relationship area of your life, this probably won't resonate for you because I feel like it's in the relationship sector of your life for a lot of you. Although for some of you, this might be in career, work, and finance too, trying to make a decision if you're working in the right job or on the right career path as well. Fundamentally, I'm getting a lot of relationship and emotional energy here. We begin around the middle of the month, third week or so, with the Four of Cups and Temperance. So the Four of Cups is a card that can represent feeling, I feel like a lot of you are stuck and not really knowing what to do about a particular relationship or situation that you find yourself in. Again, secondarily, this could be a job or a career path for some of you. The Four of Cups, the cups that are on the ground next to this man are upright and full, which would represent that the relationship or situation that you find yourself in, whether it's a romance relationship or a good friendship or something of that sort, though I feel like it's probably love and romance for a lot of you. The cups that are upright represents that I feel like a lot of you are in a relationship or are dating someone, and the energy between the two of you, maybe the majority of the time or from the outside looking in, is decent, meaning that it is an established relationship. You can see that there's a cup also being offered to this person, and even though he's looking at it, he doesn't seem all that interested in taking it, or he's not sure what he should do about it, or if he should take it or not. Now, for some of you, this could represent that you are already in a currently established relationship, but for some reason the shine has worn off of it, or it's not what you maybe thought it was going to be when you first, started investing in this relationship or getting to know this person. And even though it's still going on, and I feel like for a lot of you that the relationship you're in does have some underlying stability in it, meaning that I don't feel like for the majority of you, or for many of you, that there is a huge issue of infidelity or cheating, at least not currently or presently, that there is some sense of stability and loyalty in this relationship, but for some reason you're not as into it as you used to be, or you're questioning whether or not to do something about it. There may be an offer on the table from you're around this current relationship, meaning you may have had discussions about it, and the other person may have made an offer to you, well, this is what I want moving forward in the future, and maybe that you've done that to them, you've had this discussion about it, but for some reason you're looking at what the offer is or what the future of the relationship might be based on what you know now or what you have now, and for some reason it's either not enough, you're not willing to take it, or you're just kind of sitting there kind of questioning, do I really want to continue in this or not? Now, accompanying the Four of Cups or clarifying the Four of Cups is Temperance, which is a card about moderation and balance, and finding, keeping, and maintaining your balance, because Temperance is about it's about keeping things in balance, keeping kind of grounded and in the center and in balance with something. Some people might say it represents perfection, which is actually perfect balance. That's what it actually means. To temper something in the culinary world means to take things of opposite extremes of temperature and slowly blend them together to achieve a balance in something. And temperance does represent that. It represents needing to stay grounded and needing to stay balanced in the midst of this relationship or this situation that you find yourself in, because I mean, there's a lot of energy here on what do I do? I need to make a decision about this relationship moving forward. Do I really want what I currently have? Do I want this to consider? Is there an offer, in front of me? And trying to kind of find your balance. Now, in a relationship sense, this temperance would represent that what's going to help you in aiding you to make a decision on how to proceed forward in this relationship or in this situation. Because again, for some of you, it could be a job or a career path, but it's about whether or not something that you're in, that is established, an established relationship of some kind or situation. Do I move forward? I feel like what I have is not, I've invested a lot in this and it has some history to it, but do I really want to continue moving forward with this because I'm not happy with what I have? I want more than what I have. And trying to have temperance in the middle of this is trying to stay grounded. And this represents a constant kind of fluid shifting energy in order to find that, Leo. My analogy, my example for temperance is being in the middle of a seesaw or teeter-totter. Your center is knowing who you are, where you are, what you want in this, and not compromising yourself, because when you don't know what you want or when you're not sure, it's kind of like you're on the outside ends of the seesaw or the teeter-totter, and then you're at the mercy of many things, like your own emotions, which go up and down, other people's actions, which you can't control, and so you're constantly going up and down and falling off. When you're in the middle, knowing who you are, who am I, what kind of a relationship do I really want to be in, and if I'm not happy in this relationship, is there an opportunity for this relationship to change? If not, based on all the time in history, then I need to make different decisions, but I need to stay grounded and true to myself in order to do that. And it's about remembering when you're in the midst of, what do I do about this? I'm not happy with what I have, or with whatever is on offer in front of me. I'm not happy with that. And where do I find my balance in knowing what to do moving forward? Well, it's about being true to yourself, which is what temperance is also. It's about being true to yourself in the relationship area of your life, for those of you for whom this is going to resonate as a perhaps love or romance relationship situation, or even a friendship or a job or career path. If you're not happy in the current relationship, you're not happy in the current situation, is it possible to stay in the current situation, and is it possible for transformation to occur? How much time have I been trying to make this happen? And if it's not, then realistically I need to make decisions to change or to separate myself from this so that I can move towards what I want, the joy and fulfillment in my life. Because I feel like for many of you, that's kind of where you're stuck at. Next to that, we have the Two of Cups and the Lovers. So the Two of Cups, traditionally considered the soulmate card, is right next to the Four of Cups. And again, I feel like whoever this is that you're in a relationship with, Leo, I feel like they're either your soulmate, that match for you, or that's how you view them. And I do feel like this is a relationship that has some established history to it. And that's one of the reasons that's still keeping you sitting in this spot, waiting in this spot. You could be waiting for an offer to come from this partner. You could have said, this is what I want, but I feel like many of you have said it over and over again, and the situation just isn't changing. The relationship isn't changing, but what's keeping you kind of stuck in this dissatisfied kind of place, wanting more but afraid to move on or afraid to disconnect, is the fact that this person obviously means something to you. This is, you know, a soulmate connection, or this is how you perceive this connection as a soulmate connection. And then we have the Lovers too, which is sitting right next to Temperance. So the Lovers is also about, you know, this very connected, perhaps a passionate sort of relationship. It's also about making a choice. In the early tarot decks, this was not called the Lovers, it was called the Choice, and it showed a man standing in front of two women, and the implication being that this person had to make a choice, a decision that was going to affect the lives of everyone involved. Now, that is not to say when the Lovers comes up that it's, you know, about you needing to choose between two people, or your partner needing to choose between you and somebody else. It might be for some of you, but it's about making a relationship choice, or a choice that is either about a relationship or is going to significantly affect this soulmate relationship. And it's about trying to find your balance in this and trying to decide, what do I really do moving forward with this, especially if I feel so connected to this person. But again, it comes back to being grounded in what your truth is. It could be because I feel like many of you, this is not in the relationship. The issue is that you're not getting what you want. You're not getting your needs met. You're not finding the kind of joy and fulfillment in this relationship that is your ideal relationship. But you feel kind of stuck and not able to move forward because, one, the other person isn't moving forward, or they're not even presenting a future that's what you want. But they obviously mean something to you, so it's kind of keeping you stuck in this spot. And for some of you, it may come to the difficult decision of having to be true to who you are, trust in your instincts and your intuition and in what you truly want, and understand that if that means you have to separate yourself from this person, either they'll come around to you or they won't, but it will karmically open up a door, you know, of energy to the universe, your God, Spirit, your angels and guides, saying, I know what I want, and I'm willing to, you know, take the chance to put myself on a path towards that joy and fulfillment, which I know that you want for me as well, even if it means that I have to disconnect from something I feel very attached to because it's not giving me what I need and what I want. And it might be that you move on and this person ends up coming back around to you, and it might be that you meet, you know, the one who's actually able to, that the two of you can build that kind of beautiful relationship together. It's going to be different for everybody because it's, you know, general readings, I'm reading for a lot of different people and everybody's story is different. So the results are going to vary as well. But again, the fundamental energy is the same. It feels like many of you are just in this stuck position. I'm so attached to this person and I can't just leave, but at the same time I'm not happy. So if you stay in the relationship the way that it is, it's just going to play out in this interminable sort of loop, circle, the merry-go-round, until somebody actually says, I need to get off on this. I need to get off so that I can open myself up energetically to what's really going to bring me joy and fulfillment, whether it's with this person or someone else. And that's underscored by your crowning card from the bottom of the deck, representing overall energy and guidance from Spirit in this situation, particularly for the last half of April, is the High Priestess. This is about trusting in your instincts and your intuition, which kind of goes really beautifully along with Temperance. And this is an important thing happening in your life. It's a karmically important decision. You have 3 major arcana cards here in addition to the Two of Cups. So it's a significant, important relationship, but what you do about it here on out is pretty significant here too. The High Priestess is about paying attention to your instincts, your intuition, your dreams, repeating thoughts. It's about trusting in that knowing sense that you have, you know, in your gut. Some people call it intuition, some people call it gut instinct, their higher self. It's the conduit that you have to Spirit through which you get that sense of knowing or that sense of intuition. And it's about paying attention to that, which is what is going to lead you to making the right decision here. Even if that decision is, you know, it's not going to change as long as, you know, I need to be the one to get off this merry-go-round. Some of you, it may just be, you know, telling your partner, this is not what I want, and if we're not working together towards the same thing, you're always going to be stuck in this position. You can be in this position a year, 10 years from now, and it's not going to change. Somebody has to kind of make something happen here. You have to be the initiator of your own change. That's what Spirit is calling you to do. Let's pull one quick clarifier for the Lovers, this choice, this decision. on this relationship, this situation? What's this Lover's, this choice about, this decision? The Two of Wands, where do I go in the future? What choice do I make? What path do I choose? What's the right path? Because you're at a crossroads here. Two twos as well, crossroads, duality, choices, decisions. Which road do I take? Again, the key, although we already have it kind of in the Temperance and the High Priestess, the key to knowing which path to choose is in knowing what your long-term vision, your goal is, what you want, being true to yourself, staying in that tempered middle. For those of you who are, this is a love or romance relationship, what kind of a relationship is it that you need to have joy and fulfillment in this area of your life? If this relationship is not it, excuse me, if you are not, and if this relationship, realistically ask yourself, is this relationship ever going to take me to where I want? Is it ever going to evolve or transform into what I want? And if not, then you need to make the decision to break from it and walk down another path, because that path, freeing yourself from a situation, even though it might be painful and difficult to do, is sending an open, energetic message to Spirit, to the universe, saying, I know what I want and I believe in it. And it's sometimes by closing one door that we open up that door to bring that into us. Again, whether it's sending the other person a message or whether it's bringing someone new into your life to build the kind of relationship that you want. So it's about making the choices to where that's going to affect your path in this area of your life from here on out. Let's pull one final guidance and advice card, Leo. Any other advice or guidance to making this decision? Again, I'm getting be true to yourself and stay grounded in who you are and what you know that you want and need to have joy and fulfillment. Strength, another major arcana card. This is what the decision you make here is going to be pretty important in deciding how the next area of this part of your life is going to play out in your life. Strength is about facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, your shadow selves, your, if you're staying with this, if you're not, if you need to, if this is a relationship or situation, you need to leave because in your intuition is telling you the way that it is now, it either needs to transform or I need to leave it. But being afraid to make that decision because, fill in the blank. I'm afraid to be alone. Maybe there's nobody else out there, so it's at least better if I stay in this, whatever it is that we tell ourselves, we can't free ourselves from a situation. Whatever excuse we tell ourselves that keeps us stuck in situations. Strength is about walking into that fear, walking through that fear, taking the action, making the choice, and being open and honest about that as well, so that you can move forward. And often too, I want to say that a last piece of advice here, strength is about not letting fear be the thing that makes your decision, whether it's fear of being alone or fear of not finding something else better, or facing your fears means not letting the fear be the thing that makes the decision for you. If you know in your stomach, your intuition is telling you what to do, strength is asking you to face whatever fears and insecurities are in the way of making that right choice, because doing it, even if it's difficult now, doing it is actually what's going to give you joy and fulfillment. So kind of an intense, very powerful reading and situation for many of you, Leo. So I hope this reading has helped. Again, if any of you are interested in a more personal one-on-one reading with me, particularly if this resonated for you, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you and set up a reading, live or recorded. I do love and romance, of course, compatibility charting, career, work, and finance, investment readings. I also do 6 and 12-month overviews that take a look at what's coming in all the main areas of your life over the next 6 and 12 months, depending on how far ahead you want to look. And you can also find me on the smartphone app Instantgo under Irish Gypsy. That's good for quick answers to the quick, easy questions. And you can find all that information by clicking on the description link below or going to my YouTube channel's homepage, clicking on the little About button there. So for those of you who are interested, I look forward to hearing from you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the May 2019 general readings. Until then, Leo, as always, I wish you joy, peace, blessings, and a happy life. Take care, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.